So hi there everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I added this fabulous frilly border to our C2C stitches. So whether you've just made up an example piece like I did here in the last tutorial, or whether you've gone ahead and made a full-size blanket, I'm going to be showing you how I added this lovely border. So I'm going to be adding my border to this example piece that I hooked up in my last tutorial. I'm going to be using this lovely cream DK weight yarn. Now unfortunately I have lost the label so I can't tell you which brand this is, but what I would suggest, if you've used a certain weight in your blanket, then stick to that for the border as well. Also, try and match your fibre content. I'm just thinking if it's a baby blanket, you're going to want to wash that, so you don't want to have two different fibre contents. So I'm just going to be using this DK weight yarn. I'm also going to stick to the hook that I used in this piece here, which is my Clover and More hook. That's a 4mm, which is also a G. You may find a stitch marker useful. You will need a darning needle for those ends and of course a small pair of scissors. So where I'm going to join my border, if you have a look just in this top right hand corner here, I'm just going to join my yarn in that first space between these two blocks. So we are going to be working this border within the space between the blocks. So I'm going to be starting just here. So I'm just going to put a slip knot on my hook. So you can do this however you normally do. Okay, and then I want to join my yarn. So I'm just going to slip stitch. So I'm going to push my hook through, grab that yarn, pull it through, and that loop that is on your hook, just tighten the tail up and we are joined. So we're going to do a chain one up just to add some height. Then in that same space I'm going to put one UK double, so that's one US single. So a UK double, you literally just push your hook through, grab the yarn, pull it through, so you have two loops on your hook, grab that yarn and pull through. So what we're then going to do is chain two, 1 and 2. Then we're going to move to this next space between these two blocks here. We're going to put another UK double. So that's just push through, grab the yarn, pull it through, grab the yarn and pull through 2. Now at this stage I may just go back and mark that first UK double that I did with my stitch marker. This isn't essential, but just in case you struggle when you go round to see where you need to join, I just pop my little stitch marker in there. But I'm just going to carry along this first edge. So I'm going to do another chain 2. Again, finding that space between the next two blocks, I'm going to do my 1 double. Again, I'm going to do a chain 2. Finding this next space, I'm going to do my 1 double. And this is how we're going to work along this first edge. So you're chaining 2 and then you're putting 1 double in between those blocks. So chain 2, 1 double in between those two blocks. So I'm just going to carry along until I get to the corner and I'll show you what to do. So I'm now approaching the corner. I'm going to do my chain 2, and then what I want to do is put my double crochet in a stitch. So just find where you think is the best stitch. Try and get yourself maybe 2 loops on there. Try and get it as much in the corner as you possibly can. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to do my double. Then I'm also going to chain 2. In that same space, I'm going to do another double. Okay, now it doesn't really look much at the moment, but you will find that you've got this little chain 2 space here, and we will be working into that chain 2 space on round 2. So then I'm just going to turn my work, and then I'm going to work along this side. So it's going to be chain 2, find that space between those blocks, put in my double. You've guessed it, it's chain 2. Again, find that space, put in my double, chain 2, and then just carry on. So what I'll do when I get to this corner, I'll just go over that once more, but we're just going to carry on doing our chain 2s and our doubles between the blocks. So I've worked along the side. What I'm going to do now, I've done my chain 2. I'm just going to locate the stitch in the corner, trying to get 2 loops on that hook. I'm just going to put in my double crochet. I'm going to chain 2. In that same stitch, I'm going to put another double. And then again, if I just pull that, you can see we've made this little space here. So we will be working in these corners on round 2. So then I'm just going to turn my work and carry on as before. So carry on all the way around, chaining 2, putting those doubles in those spaces, and I will meet you to join at the end of round 1. So I've worked all around round 1. I've done my corner, I've done my chain 2. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. All we're going to do now is to join. We're just going to do a slip stitch in that first double crochet. So just pull the yarn through, and that one that is on your hook. And we have finished round 1. So for round 2, what we're going to do is do a slip stitch into this first chain 2 space from that round before. So again, pulling the yarn through. Now we're ready to start. So we're going to start by doing a chain 3 up. Now this is going to count as 1 UK treble, that's 1 US double. And now in this space, the chain 3 space from the round before, we're going to put another 2 UK trebles. So just to recap, that's yarn over first, push through, grab the yarn. So I have 3 loops on my hook, grab the yarn, pull through 2, grab the yarn and pull through 2. We're going to put another one in that same chain 3 space. So in effect, as this chain counts as 1 treble, we've got 3 trebles. Now what we're going to do is jump to this next chain 3 space. We're going to put in another 3 trebles. So 1, 2, and 3. Then again, we're going to locate the next chain 3 space. We're going to put in it, you've guessed it, 3 trebles. 1, 2, and 3. So now you're going to do this all the way along. In the next chain 3 space, you're going to put 3 trebles, all the way along, and I will show you what to do once we get to this corner. So I've gone along my first side and I've put those 3 trebles in there. Now just remember that 2 chain spaces that we made in each corner, what we're going to do in there, we're going to put in 5 trebles. So because we're putting in more trebles, that's going to help us turn the corner. So 3, oops, 4 and 5. And if I just show you, those 5 trebles have taken us around that corner nicely. We're just going to start again along this side, putting in these spaces just 3 trebles. That's 1, 2 and 3. So that's how you're going to work this border all the way around, putting 3 in those spaces all the way along, remembering when you get to this corner loop here, you're going to put in 5. Carry on all the way around round 2 and I will meet you to join. So here we are, I've gone all the way around, I've put my 5 trebles in that corner there, I've done my last block of 3 trebles, and here we are at the end. I just need to join. So in that original chain 3 up, we're going to count 1, 2 in the top of that stitch. We're just going to slip stitch to join. And that's the end of round 2. Now I think you will agree this looks lovely and neat. Now you could stop here. If you're doing a washcloth, I would suggest that you stop here. It's just personal preference. So I think that has just neatened that C2C off nicely. But what I want to do is carry on and add that nice frill. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain up 3. Again, this is going to count as 1 UK treble. In that same stitch, I'm going to put in another treble. So in effect, 2 trebles in that first stitch. In this next stitch along, I'm going to put 2 trebles. 1 and 2. And this is literally all I'm going to do all the way around. In the top of each of those stitches from round 2, I'm going to put in 2 trebles. Okay, so just carry on all the way around. I don't do anything special in the corner. I just literally put 2 trebles in the top of all of those stitches. So when you get to this corner, you're just going to put 2 in the tops. There's no special count in the corners. So carry on all the way around and I will meet you at the end of round 3. So I've put 2 stitches in every stitch going all the way around round 3. So I'm just going to slip stitch to join as we did in the round before. Then I'm going to chain 1 up. I'm going to snip off my yarn. Pull that through and just cinch that down as much as you can. Then all I need to do is weave in my ends and we're just about done. And there we have our lovely frilly border. So literally, in effect, we've put too many stitches in each stitch by putting the 2 stitches in. So you just have this wonderful effect. So why don't you have a go at adding this lovely border, whether you go as far as adding the frill or whether you just keep it this nice neat little effect here. Let me know in those comments below how you get on, and I will see you here next time. Bye bye.